One, check two. Check one, check two. Alrighty, check one, check two.
Everyone in the neighborhood can hear you.
Oh.
All down Main Street.
You got to eat that mic a little bit more.
Welcome into Bobcat Live from Zeno's in downtown Marshalltown. I'm Brandon Lewis, still in Dose. We have Carter Giannetto and Coach Michael Appel. Sticks out in a crowd usually. I like you sitting down better.
Yeah.
This is better. You're not quite so tall in this setting.
That's right. No.
So anyway, plus you're slouching a little bit to make sure that you're not taller than everybody else. Anyway, what a way to start the show here tonight. All right.
Riveting.
Thanks so much for making it out tonight to Bobcat Live at Zeno's. We've got a lot going on here tonight. We'll talk girls basketball. We'll also talk girls and boys bowling. And we start out with boys basketball here tonight. So final game of the season is tomorrow night. You'll see the game right here on KFJB-TV. It is Marshalltown at Southeast Polk, the Rams and the Bobcats at 6:15. I saw the student section making a post about 7:45 tomorrow night, so hopefully somebody tells the student section that it is 6:15 so they don't show up late tomorrow.
Yeah. Carter, did you make sure we corrected that? With
Yeah.
The student section?
I
Okay.
told them.
All right.
You
good.
told him?
Good.
All right, good job, Carter. We appreciate that. But
He plays guard and messenger. Quite the combo.
Carter, what's it like to play in front of that student section inside the Roundhouse? And on the road, we've seen them travel pretty well. It seems like a good group students that are help cheering you guys on.
Yeah, they make it a lot of fun, like all their chants and energy they give to us.
Favorite theme night you've seen from them so far? They've had quite a few.
I just like jersey night to see all the jerseys.
All right. Favorite jersey?
I have a high school Carmelo Anthony jersey.
Oh,
so-
wow. I
Nice,
got a little
nice.
mellow. I got a Denver Nuggets Carmelo Anthony.
I had
at
an
home.
AI high school jersey back in my college days.
I have a Larry Bird USA
Oh, nice.
jersey as well at home. Picked that up when I worked at Foot Locker back in the day, Dylan.
You're just a bevy of information here tonight.
Yes, I am. Worked in the Waterloo. What's the mall up there?
Crossroads.
Crossroads Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyway, back in my college days, Coach, what's your favorite jersey?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That is such a cop-out.
I'm not a guy that wears a ton of jerseys, so.
Do you wear your old Southwest Minnesota State?
No, I definitely don't wear that.
Carter was laughing about it. Well, I would like to see you go to practice in one of those
I
old
might have
uniforms.
to. Yeah.
You have an
that'd
old
be good.
MCC Tiger?
I do, yeah.
Do ya?
Coach B gave me all my old jerseys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Nice.
They're, somewhere stored away. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Dylan, did you share yours?
So my favorite all time, you got to say it is the 1992 Magic Johnson All-Star Game jersey
Okay.
Oh,
is the
yeah.
best jersey on the face of the earth. My favorite jersey shorts is the college I was at. They were giving away the 1976 jerseys.
Okay.
So I have a pair of the blue shorts as well. So
Wow.
that's my favorite ones to wear.
What a lineup. What a lineup.
That's right.
Everybody is bored out there.
Yep,
Hopefully
that's
not
right.
too bored, though. Anyway, hey, Bobcat Live at Zeno's in downtown Marshalltown. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk boys basketball. This is Bobcat Live from Zeno's in downtown Marshalltown on KFJB-TV.
Marshalltown's best pizza, Zeno's is the place to get delicious homemade pizza from scratch that the whole family will love. For some, it's a family tradition, and Zeno's Pizza is all about old school family-owned pizza making. Zeno's respects tradition so much that they have had the same thin crust pizza recipe for over 70 years. There are a couple of ways to get your Zeno's Pizza. You can dine in, order online for pickup, or call 641-752-1245. Zeno's Pizza, 109 East Main Street, downtown Marshalltown.
Welcome back to Bobcat Live from Zeno's in downtown Marshalltown. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose, as well as head coach Michael Appel and Carter Giannetto with us from Zeno's. And, of course, the same family recipe and the same family tradition for 70 years. So, anyway, we hope you stop out, grab a pizza, and join us and help support Bobcat athletes all season long. We appreciate you guys for watching and supporting athletes. Coach, tomorrow night, regular season will wrap up on the road at Southeast Polk. You and I chatted a little bit earlier today, but This is a team that, yeah, they've only won 6 games, but very battle-tested in the CIML. We saw it last night. The girls had to go and take on Urbandale, and they only had 5 wins, but it's deceiving because night after night you're playing sometimes top, 15 team, top 10 team night after night.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're playing really well as of late. I didn't watch a lot of the games earlier in the season, so I don't know, how they were then. But I'm basing it off the last 3-4 games they've played, and they look like a really good team.
What's the most challenging thing about them that they bring to the table? Is it defense, offense? What is it?
Yeah, their size is an issue just because they're 6 foot, 6'3", 6'4", 6'7", all across the line. They're all athletic and move well, so they defend well that way with their length and size. And then they run some good stuff to where they cut hard, they set good screens and get guys in positions to score the ball. And we have to be ready for those actions, or they'll score some easy points on us.
Mm-hmm. Last year, Southeast Polk traveled here, and I thought last year that was the best defensive effort the Bobcats gave all year. I believe it was Drake was on Riley Edwards last year, and he could not find anything in that third quarter. I believe it was 10 points by Dalen. It was kind of his coming out party as well offensively. As you talk to, the juniors that are kind of fresh to that, what is your game plan going into this game compared to last year maybe?
Well, it's very similar with Edwards' kid. He's back, and he's a senior now, and he takes a lot of their shots, as well as they got a forward that's about 6'7" that shoots it really well. Cantrell, I think, might be his last name. And then a sophomore guard that's averaging around 10 points as well. So it kind of comes down to those guys there, and we got to make sure we do a good job of limiting how much Edwards gets it in positions to score, kind of like we did last year, and be ready to defend all 5 guys.
Carter, I'm sure you saw that game last year. What's kind of your analysis of Southeast Polk, and who are you going to be kind of targeting in your defensive matchup tomorrow?
I know that I'm guarding number 1. I think he's like 6'3", so I got to make sure to box out and play good defense. They play hard. They're all good shooters, really, except for their big man, but that's really it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. When you look at kind of getting ready for an opponent, what do you look for? Is it something you see in film, or is it just something that you take from Coach that he says, this is what we're going to have to do, maybe a little bit different than our last game, or what is it for you that helps work you through the process of getting ready for game day?
Usually both film and the coaches, they tell us what we need to know about them, and we just listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things is, as you say, you're guarding a 6'3" guy, and you say you don't get nervous too much. It seems like this year, off season, I'd ask Trey, I asked Dalen, all right, the guy's coming up, who do we need to know? Who's going to make an impact that didn't make an impact last year? You were at the top of the list, of course. Your name was mentioned, and, of course, that measures up starting at the beginning of the season. You get thrown into that end. What have you learned about varsity basketball? What was the hardest for you to transition from that JV level?
That everyone's bigger and stronger, and I need to play harder on defense and offense, move the ball, and just do what I need to do to win.
And then the one growth piece I saw early in the year, you would settle for that 25-foot jump shot. That was your offense. But it seemed like right before Christmas you started to get your shot at all 3 levels. Get to the rack, get into the middle, get to the 3. Now that you've settled in, what do you see your offensive game as?
For me, I look to drive, or we've been working on post work, so see what I can do with my footwork too, and just look for the open man or the open shot.
You mentioned the post work. We've seen Drake this year, Drake Capeyu, really go down to the block and try to set up and get a shot inside. I know traditionally Armani was in that role for the past couple of years, being able to get your guard in there, maybe get a little bit of a mismatch and get a shot underneath. So how important is it for your guards to know that you still, you may be a three-point guy, but you've still got to have a presence in the paint?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something we emphasize and work on quite a bit in practice, is being able to do that regardless of your size. It's just always good to have that option to be inside and use your shot fakes and get easy looks like that. And you've seen that with Carter a lot this year, where he drives in and shot fakes and has some up and unders and some easy baskets that way. And I'm proud of Carter for the progress he's made this season. He's had some tough stretches where he's had a hard time making some shots, but he's a guy that everybody knows we need to have on the floor regardless of that, and just being more consistent. On the defensive end, like we were talking about, how hard we play, understanding, hey, if my shot's not going, how am I going to help the team in other ways? And I'm just really proud of him and how he's done this season. And when things haven't gone his way, it's hard. It's hard sometimes to continue to play hard, and we consistently see that with him. So it's been great.
Carter, as you were growing up, I'm sure, did you play at the lower levels? Did you play AAU, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I played AAU.
Yeah, so you're playing mostly on weekends, that kind of thing, and maybe you have a practice during the week. But when you get to varsity, I mean, you've got a Tuesday, Friday game, or sometimes you've got 3 games in a week. Then you've got practice, you've got classes. So is that more, than what you kind of expected as far as managing all those different aspects at the varsity level?
Not really. Like, I used to go to the Y all the time and always worked on my skills and my shot. So that's just what I did.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I don't think he would mind if we practiced for 3 hours. He really likes the game. He really likes to play. When you see guys arrive, he's usually one of the first ones there in the gym. And he's getting shots up before practice. You can tell he loves the game and he wants to be around it a lot.
Every team needs a gym rat, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This week we learned on Monday who your postseason opponent will be. I always find high school interesting because at most levels, you end the regular season and then you find out who you're playing in the postseason. High school, you find out who you're playing in the postseason before your regular season is even over. So it's kind of that, like, how do I manage finishing out the regular season and getting ready for the postseason? How do you balance that as a coach?
Well, we continue to talk about just how good are we going to be every day. And that's, the consistency aspect is, how good are we going to be today in practice? How good are we going to be in this drill? And that should carry over to tomorrow night's game. We can't look past Southeast Polk and worry about our sub-state game and create bad habits. We need to take this as an opportunity to understand this is our last game of the season, and we need to treat it that way and be ready to play hard.
Your opponent on Monday night is Des Moines Lincoln. You beat them 78-59 earlier this season. They're always an interesting team. Lincoln's one of those teams where I always say, what team is going to show up? Because they can knock down a bunch of shots and be very potent, especially from long range, or they might not be. I mean, it's kind of a live or die by 3 kind of team, and so it's almost kind of hard to prepare for, I'm sure.
It is tough. Just we need to understand, that they're going to fire them up there. I mean, that's the thing, and we need to limit who we want shooting those, and that's obviously starts with their point guard, who has the ability to if he gets hot, it's hard to stop him. So we need to make it tough on him. And we got to understand if they're taking quick shots, we need to rebound the ball and do our thing, and not getting this running match with them where just because they shoot it right away doesn't mean we have to come back and shoot it just as quickly as they do. So just kind of control what we can, understand personnel, understand that if your guy gets it, he's going to try and score it, and just go from there.
One of the things you've talked about, okay, Southeast Polk Friday, get into Monday. Yes, you want to practice, but I'm thinking in terms of game plan, where this is not a Friday, Tuesday, it's a Friday, Monday, so you just have the weekend. How do you transition as a coaching staff and then be able to disseminate that to your team?
We're going to practice Sunday and go through a lot of Lincoln stuff again, just to understand. They run that 1-2-2 press. They run a little half-court trap. Just some things we haven't seen in a while, so we just need to go over it and understand where we want the ball to go in those situations and where we don't want it to be, and just prepare that way.
Of course, in the bracket, as you take a look at it, it's very interesting in the Class 4A Substate number 7. Your opponent, if you take care of business on Monday night, would be Waukee Northwest. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, it's Southeast Polk. They're the 3 seed. Marshalltown is the 4. They take on the 5 seed in Lincoln. Then the 3 versus 6 is Southeast Polk and Mason City With Southeast Polk, just 6 wins on the season. If they win, they'll take on Des Moines Roosevelt, which you guys split during the regular season. Southeast Polk out of the CIML. They get the 3 seed even though they have 6 less wins than you do. It just seems like, not favoritism, but it's more about the conference and the not notoriety, but maybe
Sure.
I guess notoriety or following that it gets a little more respect. Yeah. Maybe strength of schedule might come into the factor. But I guess what was your initial thought when you saw it?
It's kind of a head scratcher when you start looking at it a little bit. But then again, like you said, they're in a tough conference in the CIML, and they're playing good basketball as of late, and they're a good team. So, we got to control what we can. We can't control that, and we got to focus on Des Moines Lincoln first and foremost, and worry about that, and then go from there. At the end of the day, we got the 4 seed. That's where we're at. So we just got to control what we can and take it one day and one game at a time and see what we can do.
Historically, though, you guys have played really well against those teams. And in last year you got your first home victory on your home floor in that first game against Waterloo East, and then you went to go take on Cedar Falls and played them tough. And a couple years ago, you went down and played Waukee, and that was one of their closest games they had in the entire postseason. So
it was the closest by about 15 points.
Yeah, it was.
They ran through people.
They did, and I think you guys gave them a little surprise in that one. So I guess what kind of goes into being able? I know you talked about preparing and all that kind of stuff. Is that just simply it? Is you get your guys prepared and you feel like you put them in the best possible position to pull off a game like that?
Yeah, we gotta focus on Des Moines Lincoln first and foremost. They're a good team, and we got to be ready to play them. And we'll worry about whoever we have next after that. Once we beat them.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for the time tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll let you go because I know you got to coach the young one, right?
Yeah.
Leo. Leo's got practice.
Leo's got practice.
Is Dad a good coach? Is he a tough coach? Yeah. Okay. I guess to both, which is good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, have a fun practice. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. It's Southeast Polk and Marshalltown tomorrow night at 6:15. Pregame at 5:45 here on KFJB-TV. Plenty coming up in Bobcat Live at Zeno's in downtown Marshalltown. We'll talk to Nathan Clark, boys bowling coach, when we come back as they are headed to the state tournament again. This is Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV.
Doesn't end when the weather gets cold at Wandering Creek Golf Club in Marshalltown with their 2 full-swing simulators. Anything you can do at an outdoor golf course, you can do at their indoor golf simulators with 80-plus golf courses to choose from. Wandering Creek has numerous indoor golf tournaments this winter, so check their website for dates and details at wanderingcreekgolf.com. You could also save with special discounts for online bookings. Make a full day of it with golf, food, and your favorite beverage at Wandering Creek Golf Club.
Don't let concerns about current events derail your long-term financial strategy. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you to understand today's financial landscape and how to be positioned for the long term. Edward Jones can give you the tools for a reasoned, disciplined approach to investing. Call Zach Wall at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or online at edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around Central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family. We want to be there for your first car, we want to be there for your family SUV, and we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
Whether it's time for a new ride or a new-to-you ride, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to help with new and used vehicle loans. Rates are as low as 2.24% for up to 60 months for new vehicles and used vehicles for 48 months. Go to their website, lennoxecu.com, for further details and membership eligibility, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown, member NCUA.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Welcome back to Bobcat Live from Zeno's downtown Marshalltown. Thanks so much for watching tonight here on KFJB-TV. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Get alerts to upcoming games like tomorrow night. It's boys basketball here on KFJB-TV. And then Monday night, playoff and tournament action gets underway in Class 4A. Now, Nathan Clark joining us, boys bowling coach. And speaking of tournament play, doing really, really well, of course, in the state qualifying meet. Got second place behind Waterloo West. How awesome is it to be heading back to the state tournament?
It's absolutely awesome. I couldn't ask for anything better. So,
what's really went into being able to have this continued dominance? Is it confidence? Do you think that's where it's coming down to, that your guys are going out there and they just feel really confident in who they're going to match up against?
Yeah, confidence is definitely important. I mean, on paper, going into that, we probably should not have come out of that sub-state, so it's pretty huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sub-state is, yes, you did get second, but it was very, very late in that matchup, and you were sitting in fourth place.
Yes.
So as a coach, you know, you put in this time, you put in this energy, and now they're out there in a very, very exciting situation. What was going through your mind, through your emotions during those last few frames?
It was a lot. I honestly don't know. I mean, I think I kind of blacked out there
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Woke up in the state tournament. Not a bad way.
No, we had the girls there, so I knew exactly where we were the entire time. So shout out Autumn and Madison for keeping me updated. But I think the guys finally understand that picking up spares is going to help you be successful in bowling. So I've said it about 6 billion times this year. So
well, the 6 billion time worked, and
coaching, parenting, it's all the
same. Being able to see, is it 3 now in a row, right, to the state tournament? How many in a row?
This is the 9th season.
Ninth season in a row. That's what it was. I don't remember what I was thinking of, but it's 9th in a row. I mean, do people realize just how big that is, you know, for the community and the bowling community?
Yeah, we had a pretty good showing on both days. So
Yeah.
Bobcat bowling community is pretty strong. So
that's awesome.
That is an interesting thing. You talk about the Bobcat bowling community, and that's one thing we do notice. Maybe to the outside eye, you've got the big sports, say basketball, football, baseball, softball. You have that. But when you get to the other sports, be it swimming, be it bowling, that is a really tight-knit community. So what would you say from that bowling community, be it the parents or the fans? How much does that mean to you as a coach and then your team as a whole?
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. I mean, when they don't show up, we have a lack of energy on the lanes. I mean, just like in any other sport, when you're at home and you have your fan base behind you cheering, I mean, that gives you energy and motivates you to do better. So it's pretty awesome.
How much from the leadership side have you seen, players? Has it been, helping coach up other players, or maybe saying the right thing? The leadership aspect, I guess, from your team.
I'm lucky. I have Damon and Aaron, who have both been successful at the state level.
Mm-hmm.
They both have a state title. They both were on that runner-up team last year. So I mean, they've been pretty huge this year, for helping all the other freshmen. That's all we have is senior and freshman. So, but at the same time, we've had freshmen step up and be the highest scorers of the entire tournament. So, I mean, they've done an awesome job. But I think we're going to be very successful moving forward as well, because I got pretty mature freshmen too. So,
and I'm sure that kind of wears off, on them, seeing the seniors and now they can take it next year as sophomores and be able to work with the freshmen, I'm sure too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the things we look at is this being your first year in the head chair, of course, being around the bowling community. What is something that maybe you didn't anticipate moving from an assistant role to a head coaching role that's kind of been a big deal to you this year?
That's a good question. I did not anticipate everything that DJ does previously, like just all the little things, talking to parents, T-shirts, scheduling practices, everything.
I'd believe it because I will tell you, as a play-by-play guy, I kind of show up and I get to get my headset on and stuff, and Brandon over here has all litany of things he's been doing throughout the day. I come in smiling, rolling in.
Yeah.
They call me a diva, and I'm
that's
okay being it.
That's exactly why I call you the divas.
That's
you
right.
just show up, and then you're like, we need 4 more monitors. We need more headsets. We need.
So I get that.
Yeah,
I get that a little bit.
But that is interesting. I mean, not only are you thinking, okay, maybe a practice plan and I need to talk to this bowler about this, but yeah, you've got all these other things kind of pulling you in different directions. It's managing all that. So as you get ready for the state tournament, what kind of things are you looking for to accomplish between now and then with your bowlers to make sure that they are ready to go for state?
I'm actually pretty lucky because they all qualified for Pepsi, so they'll be bowling in the Pepsi tournament this weekend in Ames. So they get that extra competition, per se, before state. So it's a huge practice. That's what we're looking at it as. So hopefully they can advance to Pepsi State. So, but.
And for those watching that may not know what that Pepsi tournament is in Pepsi State, can you give us kind of a succinct little narrative of that?
Yeah, junior bowling, Pepsi hosts like a best youth bowler tournament, I guess is what it is. So, I mean, they qualify at a center level, and then they go to like a regional, which is this weekend, and then they'll go to a state level after that. So.
Okay.
Nice.
And they get scholarships off of it too. So.
Oh, really?
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so state, when is the meet, and then it's set up, it's individual, and then also the Baker games and all that with the team aspect, right?
Individual did not have anybody.
Okay.
But Madison and the girls team did.
Yep.
Be able to speak to her in a little bit. Boys will be Wednesday.
The girls' team is mocking from the table as they eat Zeno's taco pizza.
Yes.
Nothing new there. But boys will be Wednesday.
Okay.
Cadillac Lanes.
Yep. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday.
Yeah, this coming Wednesday. Yeah.
22nd.
I forget. It's already Thursday already.
It is Thursday.
All right, so next Wednesday we'll all be keeping an eye on it. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. Any teams you're really looking out for that you know you're going to have to do well against?
Again, we're on.
You're going to be one of those.
On paper, we should not be here. So, I mean, we're going to do what we can.
Sometimes that's a good thing, right?
We're going to be another David and the Goliath story. So.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's awesome. Hey, best of luck. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that is head coach Nathan Clark with us for the boys bowling squad headed off to the state tournament next week. This is Bobcat Live from Zeno's downtown Marshalltown on KFJB-TV.
You help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time by ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sautéed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
Why choose Marshalltown Community College for your education?
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat live from Zeno's in downtown Marshalltown. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dones alongside me, as well as Megan Heitman, girls' assistant basketball coach. Even though it feels like head coach at some points, head coach Brian Murphy. I know he's busy with the family. I mean, you've had to step up and fill in for him, and we appreciate that. You do such a great job all season long, and Coach Murphy as well. Maybe he's watching out there tonight. He wants to tuck the kids in, though.
Yeah, he does want to tuck
That's
the kids.
awesome.
I think his wife would like him to tuck
yep.
the kids in.
Yep. You take tonight.
Right. When he have the 1-month-old and I think like 22-month-old and 4-year-old, he wants some help with that.
Yes, that is for sure. And, of course, Coach Murphy, one thing that I mentioned to him last night is that he just – for him, I really like people who think big picture, and it seems like Coach Murphy's kind of brought that to the table with this team, knowing with all the youth that you have on the roster that you have to think big picture. You can't get caught up in just a 3-win season. It's kind of got to be how much have we built from, the start of practice back in November to now, and the growth has been phenomenal to see, especially from the freshmen on the team and then the juniors and your one sophomore that you have as well have really taken a step forward. So in your mind, when you started planning and getting things going back in the fall and then first practices in November to now, you fast forward, have you grasped the amount of growth that you've seen?
I think a little bit. I think since I've been around this freshman class for so long, I kind of expect it to happen eventually. I've seen them at every level. Eventually it clicks and they start to do the things that we've been working on and we've asked them to do. So we knew it was going to happen at some point. I think the last 3 weeks we played really well. We were getting a lot of good quality shots up. They weren't all falling, which I think last night we had probably 15 shots that went halfway down and came right back out. And that can be frustrating, but we're getting good quality shots. We're within what our offense and that they're comfortable shooting. So those shots will start to fall hopefully the beginning of next year, and we'll be on a roll.
Mm-hmm. One thing you talked about is immediately at the end of the season last year, basically putting in a brand new offensive scheme. Now you're bringing in almost a brand new roster this year. As you look at that this past calendar year in totality, who jumps off the page for you as you've seen have the biggest leap? I know Coach last night talked about Ellie Hughes. Brandon and I have talked about Georgia, especially over the last month and a half or so. Who jumps out for you?
I think definitely Ellie. She's a kid who, I don't know how many times last year on JV said she was terrible at basketball and she was just there to have fun. And I was like, you're not nearly as bad as you think you are. And I think she finally got some confidence in that when she, jumped into the starting lineup. And there have been times that we've had to have her on the floor because she brings a little bit of calmness to some of our chaos sometimes. And she, can go in and fight for those rebounds and be a little bit stronger presence inside. So I think she's starting to believe that. I think if we work really well on her shot this summer and get her in, then she can build more confidence in that because she has a pretty decent shot too. She just needs more confidence in it. I think Georgia's another one. I've, again, been around her for a while. She joined our AAU team in 6th grade, 7th grade. They didn't have a season because of COVID, and then she played in 8th grade, so she's essentially had 2 years before this year, and hey, let's go play some varsity. So I think that, her learning curve was going to be huge, and I think it's still pretty big. But she works at it. She seems like she likes it, which is always good. And I think she's had a lot of more confidence throughout the year.
Yeah, Brandon and I have talked. Is like you can even see it on the court. You can tell it's just like scratching the surface. There'll be a block on one side, steal, get down to the other side, take a dribble, get to the rack, and in like 25 seconds, you kind of see what it could be.
Yeah.
And then, you see other points where she's a freshman who's played 2 years at AAU together. But you definitely see that, and you see that across the board. Point out Millie's here tonight, and I thought Millie's kind of the epitome of the team almost. Defense, she's further ahead on the defensive side than on the offensive side. But again, last night there was a block, a steal, a rebound in a small little window. What can you talk? She's your daughter, but I'm going to put you on. What can you say about Millie's development this year? Because she's the one that plays a little bit of JV, a little bit of varsity.
Yeah, and I think she's another kid who's had a lot of literal growth this year. She's actually grown 1.5 inches since basketball started in November.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Yeah, it's been kind of painful.
Yeah, I bet so.
Both to watch and probably for her. She falls a lot, but. She's always liked defense more, which is odd because in soccer she's the opposite. She would rather be up front and score, and I've never understood that. But she likes defense more, and we've really kind of put her in tandem with Amaya.
Yeah.
And so since Amaya was not able to go as much last night as we were kind of hoping coming off of influenza, and the girls wanted to play our zone in the second half. Like they asked at halftime, and they were confident in it, and they were behind it. So we played it, and Millie and Amaya are really the only two that play that top spot. So she had to step up, and her defense has gotten a lot better. I mean, she's got really long arms that get on things you don't think she's going to get to. When we get all the coordination back over the summer, hopefully, then we'll. The offense will come.
Yeah, the length on the perimeter this year, we have not seen that, and you really don't see that even with a lot of the upper echelon teams. It's that smaller wing defender and then the bigger in size where Marshalltown is unique. You can play that both ways. As you look forward, talking about Kinsley Bowie, Sydney Capeyu, both offensive-minded players.
Yep.
I think Sydney's basketball IQ kind of can jump off. You can almost play her almost through as a point guard on offense. What do you say for the growth trajectory for Kinsley and Sydney moving forward?
I mean, I think just, Sid is going to – she kind of begrudgingly came outside a little bit and played more perimeter towards the end of the year. She wants to get inside and be physical and, be one of the bang inside with the other big girls, and she's good at it, and so we let her do that. But, building up that confidence of you have a nice outside shot, like make that something that is also in your arsenal. Kinsley is more just gets in her head a lot about if it, first shot doesn't go in, then she gets all down on herself. That's just maturity. So I think, those guys, and then you look at somebody like Aubrey Tejada, who spends a lot of time in the gym in the summertime and really goes through repetitions. A lot of hers is also getting some confidence back up in her ball handling and her shooting, because when she's on, she's on. So I think there's a lot of girls that have a lot more upside and a lot more growth that we're already talking about. What we're doing in the summer. Murphy and I were talking on the bus on the way, I think, to the game yesterday about what the summer schedule is, looking at our schedule for next year because it's the same exact teams in the same order, just flipped.
Oh, good. So we get Ottumwa and Mason City.
Yeah, they all got to come to our house in a row.
I like that.
I know. We don't have
that.
That's the first thing we said.
I hate going to Ottumwa.
We don't have to go. And I'm not sure Ottumwa's played here in a while.
It's been a while. It's been a really long time.
Yeah.
I have never called an Ottumwa game here, and this is my 3rd year.
Yeah. This is my 4th year, and I don't think we've played Ottumwa here at all. So. Yeah, I'll look forward to that. That is for sure.
That'd be nice to get them in Marshalltown.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
I'm not a fan of that drive.
Yeah, that is for sure. Kind of last question for you here.
Yep.
We look at it last night, 46-11. I know not the outcome you had wanted. You took on a really tough team in the CIML who got beat up by all of the other extremely well teams.
Yep.
So it was a little bit of a kind of measuring stick, like, hey, where are we kind of heading into it? With all of it said, with the progression of the players, was it as much progression this year that you'd like to see, or was it more progression than you thought you'd see? Where was it kind of the growth this year on your scale as far as, moving forward towards the future?
Yeah, in my mind, I think it's about what we expected. I think last night we saw, not having played in the CIML this year, that even though you're playing a team that didn't have a great conference record, they're still playing against future D1 athletes every night. So the speed is still different, right? And so when Urbandale started and jumped out, we weren't used to the speed, but we didn't back down from it either.
No.
So very quickly, I think towards the end of the first quarter and definitely into the second quarter, we dealt with the speed of the game a lot better than we have in the past. And I think, and they just didn't seem intimidated by it. So I think that kind of growth and maturity is probably farther along than I expected already. But, we have a lot of growth over this next summer. We had a lot of the girls who were in 8th grade last year that came in and did stuff in the summer, but they don't know the amount that it takes and how much mindset you have to have while you're in the gym and working hard at things when they haven't done it yet, right? So now I think they have some of that, oh, okay, I really need to work on this, or like when I'm in here, it's just not goof around time. We can have fun sometime, but we really need to work on this and get our own skills better. So I think having that mentality makes me kind of excited for what's to come for the summer and going into next year.
Yeah, we only hope the confidence continues to build and keep that positive outlook, because I know it's paid off. And it's fun. The other day I went to record a Cat Connection with Ellie, and the girls were out there kind of joking around, putting up the hoops, and I even joked around with them, and I just thought it was great to see that there's that camaraderie and the girls all getting along and
it's a great group.
It's
and
fun.
You couldn't have a better kid than Ellie to talk to. She's fun. She's a great kid.
It was good. I say, you're the only sophomore. Are you trying to recruit some other sophomores to come out? That kind of thing. So
yeah, we
tried. That's all you can do, right?
Yep.
Hey, thanks all season for joining us. Appreciate it a bunch.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Megan Heitman with us. We'll talk to her daughter, Millie Heitman. We talked to her back in cross-country season, but she's going to come on Bobcat Live for Bobcat Live here tonight for her first time, as well as Georgia. She's going to make her debut on Bobcat Live. I'm sure they've been giving tips and tricks on talking on the show, right? You brought the two quietest girls on the team.
You're welcome.
To Bobcat.
You can get them to say words out loud. You're doing good.
Hey, we're coming back with Millie and Georgia as this is Bobcat Live at Zeno's downtown Marshalltown.
City within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Capon & Brown helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Capon & Brown to hear more about how they can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call them today at 641-753-3563 or visit them online at caponandbrowninc.com. Your local premier Lennox dealer, where quality has been a promise for 48 years.
Marshalltown knows competition. We started forging trowels in 1890 and evolved into manufacturing tools for masonry, drywall, concrete, flooring, tile, paint, and more. Today, we're still going strong. Marshalltown strong. As a worldwide leader in manufacturing, we crush the competition. We believe in our community and are proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress has your mattress. Every firmness, comfort, and support level, each at a great price. Make the investment today for a good night's sleep for years to come. McGregor's also has quality furniture for every room in your home. Beautiful, comfortable sofas, recliners, dinette sets, and office furniture to help you work and relax in comfort and style. McGregor's Furniture is proud to bring you quality furniture and great service, and they are proud to support Bobcat Athletics. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Bobcat live from Zeno's downtown Marshalltown here on KFJB-TV. We're streaming at 1230kfjb.com as well as YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/@KFJB-TV. Get alerts to upcoming games. Like last night, you watched their game right here on KFJB-TV on the road in Class 5A Region 6 quarterfinals. Joining us on the program now, Millie Heitman as well as Georgia Jansen. Earlier this year, Georgia, one of our players of the week, all brought to you by Calvin Rocket. As we just were talking about you, Georgia, just about your improvement throughout the season. How was your freshman season? I mean, was it more than you kind of expected? Did you learn more than you even thought?
Yeah, I thought I learned a lot, and it was like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Of course, you're able to play with, girls you've been playing with since, Coach mentioned that it was, 6th or 7th grade or whatever it was, but being able to be playing with the same group of girls for quite a few years, does that really help you in the long term to be able to communicate or just know each other's style?
Yeah, I think like in the post, like Millie and I like kind of see each other a lot more often than other people, so like we kind of like know like how they're gonna play.
Mm-hmm. Millie, what about for you this year? Your freshman season, how did it go in your mind?
I think it went good.
One of the things, you're the freshman.
Many words right there for Millie.
Well, Megan said if we get him to say anything, we're doing a good job. So already we're winning.
We're winning, yes.
So, Millie, I've really enjoyed watching you play. Very tenacious on defense. As you come in to play varsity, and you're also playing junior varsity, on the junior varsity level, you're the best player. On the varsity level, you're coming off the bench playing a role. Do you think about how you play differently when you're on the JV level versus when you come into a varsity game, or do you just try to play your game?
I just try to play my game. Like, I know JV's slower, so I try to speed it up a little bit to get the players in it more.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look at you say the JV game is slower. So when you got out on the court, this is a question for both of you. How fast does the varsity game go, especially against some of the better teams you guys face this year?
It goes really fast.
How's that? Dylan, you can't do that.
I asked a question to two people. I got one word.
Yeah, but you didn't point the question at him. That's bad interviewing, Dylan.
Sorry, sir.
The ratings
Millie.
are going down the roof.
All right, Millie. Let's bring the ratings back up. In the speed of the game, how does JV? You said it was slower. Now, give us an example when that varsity game speeds up. What's going on in your mind when you have the basketball in your hand? Does it feel like everything's just rushing around you, or did it start to slow down as the season went on?
It definitely started to slow down as the season went on. The first varsity game was really fast, and I wasn't expecting it.
Georgia, inside in the paint, when you're down there and kind of battling with some of the other girls who maybe a senior. I mean, is it a little imposing to go against some of these other teams that are starting juniors and seniors and being able to know that, hey, I've got to still have a presence in there, that kind of thing? Is that tough?
Yeah, I'm obviously not really strong, so I get pushed around a lot, and I try and post up, but it's a little hard sometimes.
Yeah, you can take that from your soccer side though too. I mean, when you're trying to make a play in soccer, especially as a forward, you might have a defender coming up on you, trying to take the ball away, that kind of thing. I mean, soccer can be a physical game too. So is there kind of a piece of each that you take from each other as far as the physicality side goes?
Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I know they're not a direct correlation, but being able to do you think the physical side of things comes with confidence as well? Like you're able to be a little more of a physical player and challenge when you have that confidence?
Well, for soccer, it's easier to get away with being pushy and physical, and then for basketball, I had to learn how to what's too much and what's good enough. So.
And how to hide it. That's you got to learn how to hide it.
Yeah.
One of the things, Georgia, you say you may not be very strong, but being left-handed and long arms, we see you get multiple blocks. But what I've really been impressed since Christmas is on the offensive end, when you get the ball at the perimeter, you're not afraid to take it right to the hoop, and you've been very efficient offensively. People said on the soccer field you're very aggressive. We didn't quite see that early, but now on the offensive end we're seeing you be quite a bit more aggressive. What is your mentality when you get the basketball on the offensive end?
Well, sometimes it's who can I pass it to so I don't have to have it. Sometimes I'll look at the basket and I'll see if it's open, and if not, I'll just see who is open to pass it to.
Mm-hmm. And Millie, as we were talking to your mom, she said, and it seems like it, that you love defense. What is it about defense that you love?
I don't know, you can control yourself more on defense. You know what you're supposed to do. But on offense, sometimes if the plays don't go how you're supposed to run them, then you're stuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being able to adapt on the fly is a little easier the defensive side than the offensive side. That is for sure. So, all right, last question, but I'm going to ask it to each of you, Dylan. This is soccer is coming up. All right, how good is Marshalltown girls soccer going to be this year? All right, Georgia, come on, I need a scouting report.
We'll have fun.
Millie?
I agree.
All right. Great job tonight.
That's the same scouting report Brandon and I have before this show. We'll have fun. We'll have fun.
Laughs will be had. All right. Hey, best of luck rest of your freshman year.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Georgia Jansen, Millie Heitman. Hey, we are talking bowling, and one of the ladies, she's going to state. We're going to talk to her as well as her head coach, Dustin Peterson, when we come back. This is Bobcat Live from Zeno's downtown Marshalltown on KFJB-TV.
Marshalltown's best pizza, Zeno's is the place to get delicious homemade pizza from scratch that the whole family will love. For some, it's a family tradition, and Zeno's Pizza is all about old-school family-owned pizza making. Zeno's respects tradition so much that they have had the same thin crust pizza recipe for over 70 years. There are a couple of ways to get your Zeno's Pizza. You can dine in, order online for pickup, or call 641-752-1245. Zeno's Pizza, 109 East Main Street, downtown Marshalltown.
Golf doesn't end when the weather gets cold at Wandering Creek Golf Club in Marshalltown with their 2 full-swing simulators. Anything you can do at an outdoor golf course, you can do at their indoor golf simulators with 80-plus golf courses to choose from. Wandering Creek has numerous indoor golf tournaments this winter, so check their website for dates and details at wanderingcreekgolf.com. You could also save with special discounts for online bookings. Make a full day of it with golf, food, and your favorite beverage at Wandering Creek Golf Club. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress has your mattress. Every firmness, comfort, and support level, each at a great price. Make the investment today for a good night's sleep for years to come. McGregor's also has quality furniture for every room in your home. Beautiful, comfortable sofas, recliners, dinette sets, and office furniture to help you work and relax in comfort and style. McGregor's Furniture is proud to bring you quality furniture and great service, and they are proud to support Bobcat Athletics. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
Bobcat live from Zeno's downtown Marshalltown. Can I get a... Yeah, there we go. All right, so that apparently is the new celebration for the girls bowling team when you get a strike. As Madison Pickett with us, hey, congratulations. Headed off to the state tournament. What was that feeling like when you knew you were going?
I was incredibly happy, and I honestly didn't know the whole time. Like, I wasn't looking at anybody else's scores, so I was completely surprised.
Yeah. You know, you've worked for it all season long, the feeling and accomplishment to know you're there, but now you want to go there and you want to do great things too. So how do you kind of keep yourself level and ready to go for the state tournament?
I'm just going to try and act like it's just any other meet and hopefully just bowl and do well.
And that's interesting is when you approach that, do you have a point total in mind, or is it simply just this frame, this lane, and go for it?
For me personally, I always try to set a goal, and this time it was supposed to be like 620, 630 for a total score.
Dustin, when you knew that she was going to go, how impressed were you with her effort?
Well, I think she did a great job. I mean, we were at a point in the third game where it really could have went one or the other way. And I just said to her, hey, just relax, one ball at a time, got 3 frames left, let's finish this, you know, and she did a great job. And I think really those 3 frames right there, she could have had a 201, I think, if she would have struck out. But she finished the game pretty strong, and strong enough that I knew she was in the top.
Was it 6th? Was that what you got at your regional? State qualifying?
I guess.
Okay. Just, you know, looking at that.
If we need to talk about it, we can.
Okay.
We don't need to. We got a state tournament qualifier.
I mean, to be honest with you.
Just your team overall this season.
The girls did great. The one thing, so start at the beginning of the year, the one thing that we try to say is it's our time to shine. I think Madison's wearing that right now.
Yeah.
And the girls really did. And you know, I couldn't be more proud of the girls, not just as bowlers, but I had one of the moms from Linmar stop me, and she said, you know, your girls are the most respectful girls we've bowled against. They're the politest girls and the nicest girls.
Yeah.
And that says a lot for not just them, but their parents, the school. So that's really nice.
Means more than probably anything you're going to accomplish on the bowling alley in the lanes, right?
I mean, you know, it's a short moment of time, right?
Yeah.
But those qualities last a lifetime, so that's great.
Yeah. this season, a lot of success between the boys and the girls. We talked about it with Nathan just a little bit ago on the boys' side of things. But when you look at the success, it seems like the boys are enjoying the girls' success and vice versa. The girls are enjoying the boys' success. So just the community, the bowling community, how important has it been for you as a coach in your first year as a head coach?
Well, it's great. It's great to see. The one thing that's a little different this year is we definitely are two separate teams, but at the same time, we do support each other quite a bit. The girls cheer for the boys, and it was really great to see Monday the boys cheering for the girls, and that's something that we haven't seen in a while, and that was really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the community is great. I mean, the families are great. They support the kids when we're on road trips or, sometimes we bowl at 10 a.m. like Monday, and we have 20, 30, 40 people there to watch, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is really cool. I'm sure that helps get you excited to go, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I love seeing the crowd and have everyone cheer. It's always a great time.
So how does individual at the state tournament work?
You start, and I believe you bowl 3 games, and you get a total score, and they break it up to bracketing, and it's the top 8? Yeah.
Yep.
And then from the bracketing, they do a 1-game roll-off, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a new format last year.
Okay.
And so, they have 32 individuals start. The top 8 get bracketed, and then after that, you just keep working it down.
Mm-hmm. So I guess, is there anything that you kind of in particular work on, knowing that this might be a challenge when you go to state, or is it just kind of just staying fresh?
I guess just nerves mostly.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it.
Yeah. How do you calm the nerves? Is there a special routine, or?
I drink Pepsi.
Okay. All right. All right. Are you bowling in the Pepsi
This is
event this
sponsored by
weekend?
Pepsi.
Are you bowling this weekend too at the Pepsi tournament?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So one of the questions I have is like, okay, you're going to a lane, new place, oil and everything is different places. What do you do when you look at a lane? How do you anticipate that? How do you get acclimated to that lane?
We always bowl our 2 practice balls, and I always start with where we bowl for our home meets, and then from there I make slight adjustments until I find a perfect spot.
So, this is a personal question, in the sense of what is the weight of the ball you throw? Because I always go to the bowling alley, and my 3 times a year I go, when I beat Brandon both times during the Christmas party. And I'm like, I don't know how heavy. I want to look like a man, so I try to pick the real heavy one, and then that hurts, so I go a little bit lighter. So what do you use?
I use a 15-pound ball.
Whoa.
Okay.
Well, that was way heavier than what Dylan was using. He was using a 10-pound ball.
I was using a 14. Come on. So 15 pounds.
Wow.
Hot dang.
So rule of thumb is it's like 1 pound for every 10 pounds you are. So.
All right, 11 pounds. Thank you very much.
Wow. Dylan, do you have your own ball?
I don't.
Okay.
Whatever they provide me is what I play with.
Okay,
That's how
all right.
good I am.
Madison, do you have your own?
I have about 37 bowling balls. In
Wow. Holy smokes. Do you have one? I saw one once where there was like a fake scorpion in the middle of a clear bowling ball. You have anything like that?
My dad used to have a basketball instead of a bowling ball.
Oh, wow.
One that looked like that.
Okay.
So I know, like, in my mind, 37 bowling balls feels like a lot. I'm kind of thinking like a person who has 37 cats. That seemed like too much. Is that, do you have like a bowling ball hoarding issue, or is this normal with bowlers?
Well, we have some from like when we were kids, and we like to give them to kids in our youth program.
Oh, very
or, like,
smart.
More
Okay.
high school bowlers.
All right, that
Dustin,
works for me.
We got to ask you now. How many bowling balls do you have?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Do you think Madison has a problem? Do you think we need to have an intervention here
No,
today?
this is not a problem because this is like, women usually have more shoes than men. So it's kind of the same thing. It's just bowling balls.
You know what, though? You only carry 3, right?
I only carry 3.
Yeah,
She only
okay.
carries 3. We have kids that carry 6.
Holy smokes.
8.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember having to haul my trumpet to school, and that was enough.
Bus. I mean, we're on the bus. They sit behind us. the bowling balls do.
Okay.
And then the kids are behind them, you know. So Nate and I mean, traveling can be dangerous for the coaches.
Yeah, you might be tapping into the weight restrictions on that bus at some point. That is awesome. Hey, we appreciate you guys coming on Bobcat Live here tonight. Madison, state tournament for girls, is it next week too?
It's on Monday.
Monday? Okay, so Monday for girls and then boys.
Well, Monday is individuals.
Individuals.
Yeah.
Okay, and then teams is on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. So we're at Maple Lanes on Monday morning.
Okay,
Oh, fantastic.
in Waterloo on Monday morning.
Yeah, mile away from my office.
Awesome.
Might have to track down there.
Awesome. We'll be keeping an eye on you. Best of luck, Madison.
Thank you.
All right, Dustin Peterson here with us as well for Marshalltown Girls Bowling. We'd like to thank the girls bowling team who also came out to support. Louder.
Can I get a whoop?
There we go. All right. So when she gets a strike on Monday, that's what we'll hear, right? All right, good deal. Hey, you've been watching Bobcat Live from Zeno's in downtown Marshalltown right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game was brought to you by Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce, Assured Partners, Legends American Grill, Jensen Ford, Sports Plus, Sports Medicine, Edward Jones, Zach Wall, Capone and Brown, Wayward Social, Zeno's, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wells Fargo Advisors, Marshalltown Community College, The Embers, Marshalltown, Bruin Manufacturing, Ken's Transmission, Brown's Shoe Fit, Central State Bank, Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill, Top Crafters, Marshalltown Hy-Vee.